I'll reach up high like there's something there. But I'm just searching for the unknown.
Oh, Jesus. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Big Bang Theory After Show here at theStream.tv. Guys, I think I hear wedding bells for the second time for the same couple, maybe. I don't know. We're going to see. What a great episode. Let's get into it. I'm Adam Kruger. How are you guys? Joining us tonight, we have the lovely as ever Miss Tia Robinson over there.
Guys.
Say hello.
Welcome.
And, of course, the ever-radiant Cherise Bangs to my left.
Hi, guys.
And joining us tonight, we have Zach, also known as in real life, Mr. Brian Thomas Smith. Say hello.
What's up?
He's Penny's ex-husband for reals, y'all. I just said for reals, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
On the reels.
Yeah, right, because we always think that you're like Penny's ex-boyfriend, but really you're her ex-husband.
That's true.
Season 7 during the Thanksgiving episode, they upgraded me to ex-husband.
It caused an issue. She had to get divorced so she could get married.
Yeah.
Love that episode, by the way.
That was great.
That was a lot of fun.
It was a fun way to write me back into the show, and they went for a big one there. So
Yeah, no, we've enjoyed you. And before we even get into tonight's episode, I do have to talk about last week real quick because, in my opinion, you totally stole the show. I know some of you guys at home think the same way that I did, and I was thinking right when we saw you holding the wine glass that way, I'm like, was that his decision? Did they make you do that? I feel like that had to be an actor's choice.
That was an actor's choice to hold it like just a beer mug or something.
That's what
We were sitting there watching it. We were like, wow, that's brilliant. We just absolutely loved it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So thank you for making that choice because that was, and then hitting on Claire too. That was just brilliant. It was just like, hey, what's up? Are you single?
Right? Hello, hey, you're just friends? Okay, what's up?
Hey.
Brilliant stuff. Cool. Well, we're gonna guys. Just so you know, right now in the live chat, you can send us your comments, your questions for Brian. We're gonna get to that after our break. But let's dive into tonight's episode real quick. I want to open up with learning new things, okay? Because the episode opens up with Penny and Sheldon teaching each other about their specific areas of expertise. And we have a photo actually of Penny and Sheldon on the couch, and I thought this was like such a funny. Coming together of things like, he's learning all this ridiculous, stupid pop culture garbage to him, and she's learning science. Like, let's talk about this here. Do we think Penny's getting smarter?
I think so. I think it's a great way. It just shows their relationship one more time that, that they're learning from each other, that they want to learn from each other. Penny's always getting on Sheldon for not knowing like common sense or like popular culture. So I think it was a great way to start off the show. It was so much fun. And I think Penny is learning a lot from him.
Together.
Yeah, I think it showed that they both want to learn what everyone else is good at, and pop culture is not one for Sheldon, and him making the effort and wanting to learn, and then Penny wanting to learn a little more about science is like, look at that, they care. They want to know more about it. The entrance, the same stuff, so.
It's cool, and I think also that they brought, Penny's she's come up, and I thought it was very cool to bring Zach back because, obviously, Brian Smith, just so you know, he's a very intelligent guy, but
it's called acting.
Zach is obviously not very, but at the same time in that last episode, you kind of were, it was sort of meta, like where you were kind of smarter than all of them.
Yeah, it was more like a common sense.
Yeah.
I was asking common sense questions that came across, they might have not been intelligent questions, but it raised an issue, and I crushed an invention and then in a relationship on accident.
Right, but this is what I'm saying, and it was all like rounded up with like, are you sure are any of you guys actually smart? You know what I mean? Like, and so I love that. On two levels. One, showing that obviously Zach does have the street smarts, even though maybe he's not book smart, he knows how to kind of get on in life, right? Mm-hmm. But also, I think it shows the dichotomy of where Penny is now versus where she was before, which I thought was a very cool thing. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I thought it was great, and I want to say something about Brian's character. I think that they should bring him on as a series regular. I think it'd be great because he would teach them more about common sense, and he would be a great wingman for Raj, of course.
Oh my God!
I mean, that would be. You guys could have a whole.
He could learn how to get some ladies, maybe. Or how to something.
or how to keep them, anyways.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah.
he's got
Well,
2
and
right now,
Liz,
but
yeah.
I don't know how long they're
We'll
sticking
see.
around.
We'll see. I know.
Well, I got dumped a bunch by Penny, so maybe I don't know. Maybe Zach doesn't know what he's doing either.
Hey, but you still got with her in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I can score him and just
you know,
Exactly.
keeping them is a whole other story, which is, getting in there is, that's Raj's problem. He
Yeah.
couldn't even talk to anybody without being drunk for the first 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Or whatever
Everyone's
it was.
evolving slowly,
Yeah.
And even Penny is she's not the dumb idiot, girl across the
Character.
street, or across the hall as she was in the first few seasons. Now
Yeah.
she's, hanging with the scientists.
Exactly.
And it's really cool to kind of see the show evolve in that way where the pilot episode is really just, the sort of, dumb girl, not dumb, but the hot girl living across the hall from the 2 real smart guys. And they've evolved it into this whole thing, and it's lasted, and they've reinvented it themselves so much. And that's
Yeah.
really a credit to the writers, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Show's
Yeah.
gone on. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
The writers are very attentive to every episode, and they just take it from the table read all the way to the live audience taping. They just have their little scissors and scalpels, and they tighten every joke, and it's just boom.
So awesome.
And they,
Yeah.
they stay on it. They're good.
We were talking backstage earlier, and you were saying how there was like a thing that you had done with the wine, and then they had to kind of just, if you want to tell
Oh
viewers
yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
Well,
real quick.
when they reveal,
it's on point.
when they reveal like, oh, that's your ex-boyfriend, isn't that Zach? And then I was like wafting the aroma of the wine as Zach would do, and they loved it for all through rehearsals, and then the day of the shoot, they're like, you know what? It's too much. Let's bring it back. And it's like they're just so attentive to all the details of the taping.
It's like
On the
clockwork.
day of the taping, will they then take away a joke and add a joke?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
don't even rehearse it. They'll just come
Just
up to
do
you.
this
They
now.
said that was a great take. Now here's this line. We're gonna do it like this, and then the audience gets a fresh
That's
take
cool.
of a new line, and you get a different reaction, and it's a lot of fun.
Did it happen in your last episode for you? Did they have anything to change?
Yeah,
for you?
they wrote that Marco Polo.
Oh, that was
show.
great.
brilliant.
That was a great
Yeah,
one.
I don't even remember what it was before that, but they said let's try to do the Marco Polo thing, and it was just like Polo. Yeah,
It was perfect.
it was great.
Yeah, that's great.
Credit to the writers.
Zach's character, he's kind of like, as a person, he's like a mix between like a puppy and like like a bro, like a jock. Like
Yeah.
he's a jock puppy. He's a puppy jock.
Yeah.
What is he
Kinda
like?
like puppy
Do you know what I
jock.
mean? Because
Puppy
he's
jock.
with the
That's good.
Because they write him to be harmless, and
Yeah.
it's easy to hate on a dumb guy, but when he's like genuinely like happy and harmless, and then it's like
He's likable.
Yeah,
He just
Yeah.
wants to be a part of the group too. Like I feel like
absolutely.
Yeah,
Zach
he just-
likes science more than all those guys.
Or he thinks he does.
Yeah, right. Doesn't know what science is.
Exactly.
When he
Wait,
knows
what?
about it, he's like,
So then obviously, okay, so just to backtrack a little, Howard comes out and he wants to kind of insert himself into the whole situation with Penny and Sheldon, and they both show him the cards, and we have a photo of that actually too, which I love this moment. This was such a great moment, Nick. Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
So he's like, that's Atom of what did he say? Atom of Helium and Atom of Maroon 5, mic drop.
Yeah.
And then Sheldon's like, what's mic drop?
"Who's Mike
I
Drop?"
thought that was great.
Still has a lot to learn,
Yeah.
Hey guys, quick shout out to Joe Steiger and Big Bang Theory All Access Group. Joe, we love you, dude. I know you're watching right now. So get ready to send us your questions for Brian over here. I know he's definitely looking forward to hearing from you too. By the way, it's an amazing group on Facebook. If you guys have not checked it out, all things Big Bang Theory are on there. The day that I think you released a photo of this, he found a photo of the script with your name on it.
Yeah.
He posted
For
it in
Zach,
the
he
group.
posted it in
Oh,
that
it's-
group. So
Yeah.
stuff like that shows
Yeah,
up. He's
yeah,
like
behind
all
the
about
scenes.
it. Yeah.
Great.
So let's go to the trouble with in-laws, because I
Yes.
love this whole storyline with Leonard getting out of picking up his mom from the airport, which the way he did it was so sly, right?
Yeah.
Just like, Penny, do you want to help me come pick up my mom? And she's like, cool. And then he's like, sure. So since you're going to the airport, do I have to be there really? It was like the roundabout backdoor way to ask her to do his dirty work for
Yeah.
him. So obviously we know that their relationship has been strained and it's been kind of messed up for forever. Like, she's really not a nice mommy to him. She's very clinical,
Yeah.
right? But I thought it was brilliant bringing the two of them together, Penny and Beverly, to kind of bond. Did we ever see them getting past the block? Like, they obviously did in the end, but did we see it happening? Like, I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought it was going to be awkward the whole way through.
They have that whole. I'll go back to other episodes where they get drunk at the Cheesecake Factory, and they
Right.
have that like bonding time, and he's she ends up kissing Sheldon and like all that, and I'm like, where did all that go? Like, there was a time when they were cool with each other. I mean, I guess not being invited to the wedding.
That's what came
that
out.
probably
Yeah.
had something to do. Like once that came up, I was like, oh yeah, that might be why she's not too happy with Penny right now.
Yeah.
But I thought they would get over it in some way.
And the whole thing with, we have a photo actually of the girls sitting on the couch where Beverly's basically bonding with everybody but Penny, and she's trying so hard to kind of get in there. I mean, I've been in that situation too, where like you're just trying to connect with somebody, and nobody, like you're the only one who just has nothing to. You're like, and beets are fun to eat, and they're like, yeah, man, I don't know what you're talking about. We're skateboarding. You know what I mean? Like it's just so.
I don't think that's possible. You're able to like have a conversation with anybody. You're like, Mr. Hey, what's up?
I find that argument.
Just because I can talk doesn't mean that I can always relate.
I always
everybody.
count on you when we go to events because I know that he's always going to have something to say. I just want to say that.
Thank you. But I still know what it is to not be able to. She's like, by the way, you're wrong. Just,
Just so you know.
But I know what it's like to not feel like you're connecting with someone and where someone just, for whatever reason, doesn't like you. And I thought it was very cool that it kind of came out that, and we see Penny kind of take a stand. We have a photo of it too, where she's standing up and she's just like, listen, this is just not, what do I have to do? Yeah. And then she basically just flat out tells her like, well, you could have invited me to the wedding, And it was a fun moment where she's like, well, would that have, would you have come? She's like, no, I would have told you it was a horrible mistake,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like when she was like, do you even know what an insult is? And then she's like, yeah, an insult's like not being invited to my own son's wedding. It's like, whoa,
Like, oh,
snap.
Yeah.
mic
She's like,
drop.
well, yeah,
That's a good example.
That's a good example. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Christine Baranski obviously is amazing, and I'm
Yeah.
sure. I
Yeah.
mean, she's someone who I
her.
know just about any actor would want to work with.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know, but on that line, just quickly, of all of the actors on the show, and I know you probably loved working with all of them, but was there anyone that you kind of bonded with more than?
Out of the whole
others?
cast, I mean, everyone's so just genuinely nice, and they're all fun to work with. Kanal, maybe, he's like, I mean, we have a lot in common, I think, and we'll hang out a little bit after the show and stuff. So he seems, to be more outgoing with me, but they're all so cool.
That's
right.
awesome.
Yeah, they seem like they would be.
Yeah.
And he's awesome. I mean, we were just saying how we would love to see you two kind of rolling out as wingmen.
Yeah.
So take note, CBS, bring him back.
come on.
Get it. Dynamic duo. Here they
Yeah,
come.
I
Even
can see a
that-
series. They're like a few sketches. at
Maybe
least.
that is kind of the way in, because in the last episode there was that sort of rivalry between Zach and Raj, where he's like, dude, you're killing me
Yeah,
here,
right.
You know, but at the same time, Zach was never malicious about it. It was always just like, oh shoot, no, I got your back.
Yeah.
At the same time, you're
Yeah.
like destroying the whole thing. You're like, no, I got you.
Yeah.
It's like, don't let me fall. No, it's fine. It's fine. You're good. See ya. So at the end, so Penny and Beverly finally do kind of like fix it up, and we actually have another. We have a lot of photos today where they're finally hugging.
They
And
bonded.
just the
was
look on
really
Christine
cute.
Baranski's, or Beverly's face, I should say, right there. She's like, oh God, I guess I'll just sit with this.
It was
But-
like the smallest offer, and like she didn't get much reaction from Christine Baranski, but it was very sweet, and I think the next episode's going to be a lot of fun.
It was
I
all
think
she
it's gonna
needed.
be cool.
Yeah, it was all she needed. Exactly.
Like just give me a little bit. Just give me an inch. Like
That would be acceptable.
That would be
That would be
acceptable.
perfectly acceptable. She's like, that would be perfectly acceptable. Great.
I feel like they always the writers, and the producers find an opportunity to put just a little bit of heart. It's
yes.
joke, and then just a little bit of heart there, just to be like, oh,
Yeah.
every
It's
episode.
Yeah.
it's really true, and they've done a lot with Sheldon this season. Also,
Yeah.
he's grown, I think, by leaps and bounds.
Tremendously.
It's really amazing to see.
Yeah.
Just the evolution of this character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more in touch with his emotions. So I think we're gonna see a new wedding. Like that's what they're saying. We're gonna have another
We-
little wedding, which could
Did
be
we
a
call
lot of
that?
fun.
We called it, I
did.
think.
Really?
Yeah,
we did.
for the last episode.
Yeah.
We said it earlier.
And
so.
I said when we were back there watching that, maybe it would be a double wedding, just like if they want to surprise us, maybe,
You think Sheldon and Amy?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I don't think he's ready to take
I
that
don't
step yet.
know. Maybe like accidentally. I don't know.
Accidentally.
You never know.
Just falls on the ring.
Well, listen, you know what though? You might be onto something, because maybe he'll propose.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll propose finally.
Oh,
That would
wow.
be cool.
That would
He's got the ring hidden. Maybe it'll inspire him to, get on that.
That would be
Wow.
cool.
That would be a
Although with the
season
way they're
finale.
at right now, with him hiring surrogates, which we're going to get to in a second, I don't know. Before we move on real quick, shout out to Steve Lamb, Bam Smack Pow. Thank you, dude, for our blog posts and for supporting us. We appreciate it. Guys, we are live right now, so you can actually send us your comments and questions and well, theories about weddings and proposals and wonderful stuff like that right now, and you can tweet at us all week long using the hashtag BigBangAS. We will get back to you, of course. And right now, send us your questions for Brian because he's here, and we're going to chat with him for as long as you'd like. Let's get into the Stuart Surrogate. The Stuart Surrogate. I'm proud of that title. I said it before, and I'm going to stick to my guns on that one. So the guys, yeah, thank you. The guys decide they're going to go to an Avengers screening at the comic store, and we have a photo of them kind of standing around. Doing their thing. Yeah, there they are. And I love, first of all, the look on Sheldon's face is like, you're going to go without me? You're going to have fun with it? You can't go without me. And I loved Howard's reaction to it with the, you know, well, that's kind of the point. That's how we have fun, is without you. Right. Right? And so this whole season, we've kind of seen Howard's a putz, okay? I'm going to say that straight up. He's a putz.
Lovable putz, lovable.
I love.
Oh yeah,
yes.
of course. But that's putz. Like
Yes,
he's not,
yeah, all right,
you know,
all right.
I'm not saying he's a schmuck. I'm not saying he's an ass. I'm saying he's a putz.
All right,
You know,
all right.
he's a silly guy, and he's you know, doing all this stuff now. Couldn't be further from the truth as far as who he is in real life, as you could probably attest to, Brian.
Yeah.
And also, I've told this story a ways back, but Simon and his wife actually brought a fan out to a screening of their show. That's Joe, and it was
that.
they arranged
And
for
he's
that to
probably
happen
gonna be
for
going
him.
next season too.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, so just for those of you wondering, Simon Helberg has a gigantic heart, and he's a good dude. But Howard's a putz, and so he full on is, and so you see it again in this whole situation where he's just like, you know, he throws the digs even when they're standing in line, and he's like, I'll pay you money to insult Raj, which we have to talk about his chair. Can we talk about
Yes.
Chair.
Can we talk about this for a second?
Kickstand.
I mean,
Alien probe.
one after the other, right?
It looks ridiculous. I've never seen
silly.
it
I've never
before.
seen that. I'm like, is this a new invention that they're gonna all of a sudden be selling on the Big Bang like website?
Probably.
I mean, it looked like a pogo stick,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just like, is he gonna bounce around? And then Stuart's instant comeback, where you look like Tigger if he was an asshole.
Oh,
or
that's
If it was a jackass.
Jackass, yeah, right. There you go. I mean, you know, it was just like ready to go. But
This was a good episode for Stuart.
it
Oh
really
yeah, it was. It was
Yeah.
a great
was.
episode.
He's a great
The whole back and
character.
forth.
And so, what do we think? So, we were just touching on the fact that maybe Sheldon would propose to Amy. Do we think that now that he's hiring a surrogate to spend time with Amy, is this spelling trouble, or is this just growing pains for Sheldon? What do we think?
I just think it was for this episode, just for fun. I think that next week they're going to be back, and I think there's definitely going to be something happening between the two of them because it's the season finale, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ever the optimist.
And he did come back, and he had a real sincere, genuine apology that I
Yes.
thought was actually pretty impressive.
Sheldon.
And then he left for
Yeah.
Sheldon, yeah. I was like, oh, wow, he explained how to apologize. That was
Yeah.
actually accurate and nice.
And she accepted it. Like
did.
she seemed
Yeah.
okay with it. She was like, "Yeah, he's come a long way, or a short way in a long amount of time." So it
Yes,
seems
I
like
love that.
Seems like a
long
long
way.
But see, at the end of the day, she's like, well, I'm busy anyway, so you just go do your thing.
Right.
I'm with the ladies, you know.
Because he made the effort to at least get
To
out of
show up.
line,
Yeah.
to make the apology, and then run off again.
Exactly.
Yeah, and of course he didn't let Amy forget the fact that he has had an Uber waiting downstairs, and he
right.
didn't want to, you know, apologize
it's all about
again to
that.
Ganesh, which I just thought was again, you know, just great
Love
writing.
the choice of name.
Yeah, and so, but this whole thing opens up this whole situation with Sheldon in line, and I mean, again,
yeah.
right, with him just going crazy. I almost thought that could have been an instant where Zach could have walked by. Like, I really do. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that have been perfect?
I just walked right in. Everyone's like, what?
Or you could have been the guy in line saying all that stuff to him, too.
Right, like-
That guy's funny,
Yeah.
though. He's from Workaholics, I think.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought that was him.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
he's
thought that was
hilarious
him.
in everything he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they need you just to be their muscle.
Yeah. Totally.
it's like-
Totally.
stand up.
Yeah, just to be
Yeah.
like,
Have
"Oh,
their
dude,
back.
Yeah.
leave him alone." Like,
I'm
just go to
predicting
the back of the
after
line.
this season, you're going to be like more of a regular.
We'll see. We'll
Okay.
see. Let's hope.
Yes.
Let's hope.
Putting it out there.
It would be awesome to see that. So yeah, guys, we are about to take a quick little break. I know, it's crazy, but we are. And so right now, I want you to hit up the live chat with your questions for Brian, and we're gonna get all about Brian in just a minute. Also, hit us up on Twitter with the hashtag BigBangAS, and don't go anywhere because we'll be back in like 2 minutes or so. Yeah, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
There.
We're gonna just wave. Are we gonna explain?
in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Oh, you'd want to take the time travel the whole way back.
How did we not figure that out?
We had a crazy vampire threesome, and you can't unsee that. That's burned into my brain now.
I was like,
How did you get here?
No. Look at me. I'm dancing.
You know why we saying yes. You know why we saying yes.
he was like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want.
He is quite something.
And we're like, inseparable. She was shadier than Sunglass Hut with Ray-Bans on sale, ladies and gentlemen.
It wasn't. So come on.
You just went to a totally different direction on that.
When a billionaire goes broke, it means he's got like $4 million.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
I found her to be deliciously out of control.
Oh man, looking forward to this fight.
Ooh, they about to get together. Watch, it's about to go down.
Somebody better take some pictures of this.
She just slapped the crap out of Nick.
And he's just
It's so good.
You can't count anything out. Look at you.
It's been another awesome night at theStream.tv,
So it's
guys.
awesome.
Thank you for joining us, you guys.
Yes.
We love you.
Guys, welcome back. You are watching the Big Bang Theory After Show here at theStream.tv. Joining us tonight, obviously, Mr. Zach, played by Brian Thomas Smith, right over here. And so, yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about Brian, actually, real quick. So you've done 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that real quick?
I did a co-star. I don't remember. It was way back Charlie Sheen days, and I had a couple lines, and then I step over John Cryer in a towel when he was dating some young girl, bimbo or whatever. And we had all these lines, and when we worked it all out, it just was funnier if I just walked over them. My lines were cut out. I said, hey, that was it.
That's showbiz.
But it killed. It killed.
Exactly. That's all you need to say.
Yeah.
But then, of course, still in the Chuck Lorre family, you end up on Big Bang Theory, as
like
everyone knows.
5 years later, I get the role of Zach, which was supposed to be just one episode and done, and they liked my character and what I was doing with it, and they figured out a way to keep bringing me back, which I am very grateful for because it's so much fun to work on that show.
Yeah, and we love seeing you there.
Oh, there you are.
We have pictures
Yeah, that's
from the
that was
show.
the magic beans in the Life Without Sheldon.
Yes.
And then I think we have another one actually from the set where you're with John Ross Bowie playing the video games. Do we have that one, Nick? It's the second one from the top. There we go.
Yeah, we're doing
Karaoke.
Sheldon thought that he could have a party at his house, and he invited everybody he knew.
Oh,
and it was just like a few of
That's
us,
right.
and we're singing karaoke the whole time, and we're not very good.
Is that the one
and he's
where-
miserable, and yeah, they go over to Raj's house and have a dinner party, and he's like, yeah.
And Stuart he showers there. Is
Yeah,
that the one?
yeah,
Okay. Is that in the towel? Yeah.
That was a
Love
great
it.
episode. You also did Danny Collins with Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that real quick. What was
Yeah.
it like working with Al Pacino?
It was really cool. That movie came out last April, so now you can rent it pretty much anywhere.
Cool. It's on Netflix?
It's on Netflix
Okay.
and iTunes, and I'm sure you can just get on your cable provider and find it somewhere
Awesome.
on demand.
Right.
But Al Pacino, I had to do a scene in my underwear, and I'm sleeping with his girlfriend in the movie, and he catches us, and he's Al Pacino for sure. He's he brings it for us, and he just has we do it over and over again, and you're watching it, you're like, that was super Al Pacino, and then you'll get one that's just like, boom, that was so good. And when you watch the movie, he crushes.
Wow.
He's really, really good in the movie, and it has Bobby Cannavale and Jennifer Gardner.
Oh, wow.
And it's like one of those comedies, but with tons of heart, and you'll cry, you'll laugh. It's a great
awesome.
Oh, I want to watch that.
Check it
Yeah,
out.
me too.
We definitely
Very
will. You also did Happy Endings.
Yeah.
And-
I booked this awesome guest star where I was supposed to be making out. We'd have makeup sex with, what was her name? The cute blonde girl. Alicia Cuthbert.
Yeah,
And
okay.
and so that episode, I went to my wardrobe fitting, and they're like, you know what? We have to cut that whole storyline because the episode's too long. And so they owed me an episode because they had booked me on it, and then they found this,
Another
role. There was no making out in it. No makeup sex, but it was still a fun time to work with all those guys. That's a great show too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, tell us real quick, you have a movie coming out called The Wedding Party.
Yeah, we shot this in the fall. It is 150 minutes long.
Wow.
In one take.
What?
Yeah.
Awesome.
One take. Like, it was no like camera tricks where we
Wow.
would like wipe across a pole or a back or something. It is
Wow.
action, cut 150. It was supposed to be 100. It's supposed to be 90 minutes, but we of course
how
improv
much
a lot
did you
and made
guys
it longer.
rehearse?
Amazing.
We rehearsed for a whole month.
Okay.
And we shot it 6 times.
Okay.
And the director liked 2 of the takes, and then he went with 1, and then So right, that movie's in distribution searches right now, and hopefully maybe film festivals, if not theaters before. But it's so funny, and it's like Birdman, but comedy, and it's.
That's amazing.
How was it shooting like that? Like doing just a straight.
Yeah, it was so neat because
150
like
minute
when we were done with the last shot, it's like we all dogpiled on the stage, and it was like they was set up like a real wedding in this beautiful backyard, and there was 10 principals, and we all had our storylines, and it was like follow the waiter here, and then you're on this storyline, and then someone would come in, and it was just. The cinematography and the organization of shooting this was insane.
That's cool. I can't wait to see
Yeah,
that.
it's going to be a funny movie. Yeah, a lot of up-and-coming good, funny actors too. So
Very cool.
Exciting.
yeah.
That's amazing. I can't wait to see that too. Quick little fun fact that you guys probably don't know, but Brian's first episode on Big Bang Theory was also mine Bialik's first episode
Very
on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
So did you guys get to like kind of chat?
We did. We were the new kids in school, eating lunch together at the cafeteria, and we both were like, are we doing our characters right? And I remember her being like, I feel this is how I did it in the audition, and they liked the way I do it because she doesn't talk like that. She's really stiff, Amy Fowler,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just fit perfectly into the show, and it's such a fun love interest for Sheldon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they found her online, I believe, or whatever, and they meet at the coffee shop at the very end.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
She's definitely grown to be my favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, I love her. I love it all, actually. To be honest. I mean, obviously, I'm here,
We all are.
So, okay, I know that the fans are chomping at
Yes.
the bit here. Let's get
Did you
this
wanna
open.
go?
Just
Oh
do
yeah,
this
we'll
real
start
quick?
with Twitter. We'll start
Yeah.
with our tweets.
Let's do this real quick.
Tia.
Thanks again, guys, for joining us at Big Bang AS on Twitter. We have Joe Steiger first, of course. Who's minding the comic book store for Stuart while he's doing all of his running around?
That is a good question, actually. That is a good question.
I think Zach was there.
I was gonna say, were you doing that?
No, I'm in the comic book store one time, but I'm not working there. He probably just flipped it over to closed, and
Yeah, exactly. There's only the 4 of them
he
in
didn't
there.
lose any business.
There's nobody coming.
Yeah,
to the
there's
store.
only the 4 of them in there. So.
If he's not making more than 20 an hour, then it's not
Right.
a big deal, right?
Exactly.
He's getting more from Sheldon.
Exactly. Yeah.
He did say, like, I feel, worse, and I feel worse again.
Yeah.
So.
All right, next we have IMP Strump. I'm still surprised Howard and Bernadette moved out of his bedroom into his late mother's bedroom. And I never really noticed that.
I did not either.
Until I read that. That's really interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think
that's a
that's
good point.
kind of weird.
I was gonna say.
Creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's the master bedroom,
Like,
but
unless they renovated the whole house, then it's
Yeah.
not so weird.
Yeah.
Like if they tore down the walls and stuff and then rebuilt,
Right.
Because
Yeah.
they did renovate. They did renovate. It's not the
Yeah, the living room is really nice now.
yeah, very
Yeah.
more contemporary. And,
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our last one is JD PARSIPPANY.
They can see it on the screen.
Wow. Both Sheldon and Leonard's mother admit they're wrong in the same episode. Historic.
Interesting.
So the two of them, the two
Always right people.
Yeah, always
Yeah.
right. Yeah, got that
That's
in the same
true.
episode.
Well
I
placed.
thought that was very nice.
Well
Yeah.
placed.
So thanks again, guys, for joining us on Twitter using Big Bang AS. Remember, we'll
All week long.
tweet us all week long, and we'll get back to you. And yeah, excited.
And I have a few questions for Brian from the chat here. Christopher Bosco says, Brian, how would you like to see your character develop in the future?
Ah.
Yeah, I feel like Zach gets along with all the guys, and I think
Yeah.
slowly the guys are accepting Zach as more than just Penny's ex-boyfriend, and
Yeah.
so just like we discussed earlier, I think maybe somehow he moves in with Raj or
Yeah,
somebody.
that's
so
a good
cool.
idea.
I mean, Leonard has to move out eventually. Maybe I move in with Sheldon, but that would
That'd be like total
never work. But would be hilarious.
That would be
He
hilarious.
would kick me out in the first
my
hour.
goodness.
2
you never
seconds
know.
flat.
That's
that would
so
just be
funny.
done.
Yeah.
It could be an odd couple situation. you
Yeah, or
never
maybe
know.
a relationship could develop with Stu. at the comic book store.
Oh, there you go.
That would be the odd couple right there.
Yeah, you know, I can maybe help him out in
my
ways, and he
gosh.
figures out ways to help me out or
That would be
show me
very
cool
cool.
stuff.
I think
That's
it's
cool.
a testament too, though, that that Zach and Leonard actually get along because you know what I'm saying, like
You guys were.
like
Yeah,
that was
even in my last episode, Zach's like, I was rooting for you two.
yeah.
That's sweet.
When we weren't dating, I was
Yeah.
rooting for you.
After you broke up with
maybe
me
when
and
they
then started
were.
dating me again before you got back together with him. Yeah.
That's great.
That's great. Good writing. So Jayla Vincent, thanks for always tweeting in with us here. She goes, for Brian, what was your favorite scene playing Zach?
It would have to be the Justice League recombination.
That was cool.
That was a great
Yeah.
It was
episode.
so much fun and like, just even sitting there and chewing on Twizzlers and just like trying to get along with the guys was so fun. And then that week getting in the costumes and everything. I mean, it's a bird, it's a plane, and forget the rest. It's like, I mean, sometimes it makes Zach the dumbest person ever. Like, no one's that dumb, but it's funny, it's great,
Yeah,
So
it works.
that episode was by far my favorite.
That was
that's
awesome.
cool.
And to
Superman.
wear the Superman costume
Yeah.
too. I
Yeah.
mean, it's every guy's
Right?
like,
and they put muscles in it? It was awesome.
So you had Twizzlers and not Red Vines? Are you an East Coaster?
No, I think they were Red Vines.
Oh, there we go. There's a big
I'm a
difference.
Twizzlers guy, but
I'm a
they were Red
Twizzlers girl,
Vines.
yeah.
Because I just plowed through them on the couch there.
Is there more?
No, but I wanted to ask, like, on your tape day for the show, how long are you normally there? Is it really long, or is it pretty well oiled?
Yeah, I've been to tapings of other shows that have been a lot longer. They have
Okay.
this down. It's probably about 3.5 hours.
Oh,
at
that's
max.
short.
Maybe 3.
Wow.
And people say, "Oh, is there a laugh track?" The audience genuinely laughs so hard. There's times where they just, like last week when I was like angular momentum. I was wondering about that. The audience laughed so long, we had to like just stop and wait for. I mean, they had to cut the laugh track down, because it was too long the way the audience laughed.
Yeah,
So,
they need a certain amount.
yeah, but
I laugh. You guys hear
Yeah.
me. I'm like, it's one of the few shows that makes me laugh out loud at home. Like it's
I'm
hilarious.
always laughing out loud.
And they'll
It's a great
pre-tape
show.
some stuff as well too. If it's going to run long for the audience, they'll
Right.
pre-tape some stuff. I would imagine this last episode they pre-taped a bunch
it,
just
yeah.
because there was like a car scene and the line with a bunch of extras. That might have been there, but yeah.
Cool.
That's so cool. That's a testament too, by the way, to just the writing and the acting. With the angular momentum one, of course.
Yeah.
like that's your timing.
Yeah.
And their writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
You've got to be
great
able to
combo.
deliver
Yeah.
it the right way.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
well done.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, thank you so much for coming on. We
Thanks
really,
for having me.
really
This is a lot of fun.
appreciate it.
Got good stuff going here.
So at BTS Cali, follow Mr. Brian Thomas Smith over here. We will see you guys for the season finale next week. It's the season finale. We got a wedding coming up. Tweeted us all along using all
week.
Let me try that again in English. Tweeted us all week long using the hashtag BigBangAS, and you can comment below the video all week, and we will get back to you as well. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah,
Thank you, Brian, for joining us.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Brian.
having you, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much.
See you next week.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Have a good week. Bye. And